Good evening. Welcome to this week's edition of Business Forum. I am Anita Mwangazi. While a few states in the U.S. are debating mandatory labels for genetically modified foods, some African nations are considering a bigger question. Should farmers be allowed to plant genetically modified crops at all? The question carries extra weight in countries like Uganda, where most people are farmers who depend on their own crops for food. In Uganda, civil society organizations graced by scientists and a section of members of parliament are pushing the government to critically analyze the effects genetically modified organisms will bring to the country economically and in the health perspective before allowing them into the country. The activists and scientists press that genetically modified organs will affect the market of organically produced products from Uganda, as well as affecting domestic production.
Civil society activists are concerned that already the Ugandan population is consuming genetically modified organisms without their knowledge, as the products are not labeled. Ole Ruhuda is the vice chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture.
I have realized as a country, whether we have a law or we don't have a law, we already have GMOs which are in this country. Because our country is a country that is completely liberalized, so people came with their GMO products in this country at any time and leave at any time.
There is nothing to do with labeling of GMOs within the bill, and one should be able to know, am I taking organic food or am I taking genetically modified food? And this labeling is very important for one to be able to make a personal choice about whether they actually want to go organic or genetically modified, but also bearing in mind the effects that it has.
With Uganda's free market economy, the activists reason that it will be very hard for Uganda to gain international market once genetically modified organisms are allowed into the country, and local production of organic foods will be suffocated.
One thing I can assure you is that we are assured of the market for organic products. The markets are there in America, the markets are there in Europe, the markets are there in Canada, the markets are there in Japan, even India receives our because of the quality of our products. They welcome our products. But I cannot assure you of a market for GMOs, not even in the US, because they don't allow them in. They can only export. So by going GM, we are losing out these options.
There have been only a few studies so far looking at whether GMOs benefit small farmers in low-income countries. But one study in India found that introducing a GMO cotton plant increased small farmers' yields by 24% and their profits by 50% over 4 years.
Colorless fuel on the market has caused worry among motorists in Uganda after the abrupt change in color, with some reported to be rejecting the commodity for fear of it being fake. Authorities in Energy Ministry, however, clarify that the change in color is as a result of new refining technology. The challenge on the market, however, is the increased number of fuel stations that carry out trade using already established brands.
People in industry are complaining. It's not just the motorists, but also people in industry such as manufacturers who use these products. They have a problem when the products are contaminated or adulterated. So in my view, the best way to resolve this issue is to look at best practices that are used in other economies, because we are not the only landlocked country. There are other landlocked countries that have had to deal with this issue, both in Africa and in Europe, and I believe that the program can do more research to find out how this issue has been resolved elsewhere.
What has come out of this meeting mainly, significantly, is an issue to do with the color of the product with respect to petrol and diesel. In this season of the last 3-4 months, the product from Tanzania has been colorless. Petrol and diesel also colorless. Yet the public is used to the pink-orange type of petrol. And for the diesel, the public is used the straw yellow. Now, when they see this colorless, they think it is kerosene. That one has come out clearly. And we need to communicate the public, and it's now we are informing the public that once in a while we shall have this product, petrol of colorless, diesel colorless, but it meets the other parameter specification of the standard. So we allow it on the market. What has come out in this workshop is that we have also to go back and look at the standard. If the standard specifies these colors, people use these colors, then we should review the standard since the stakeholders are bringing it as an issue. They cannot sell their product because of that significant change. So we need also now to review the standards. How do we accommodate other products? Or how do you adapt other colors of this product? Nowadays, that challenge is not so big, given the fact of what is happening in the global market. You find the prices fell down of fuel products. You have been recognized this one, the pump prices. To an extent that kerosene, which was the major adulterant, somewhere is the same price as diesel, even somewhere cheaper than diesel. So there is no cost benefit of using it to adulterate diesel to gain a profit. So that one has helped us also in one way or the other, that cases of non-compliance in the field have gone down. Another thing also which has led to non-compliance go down is our vigilance in the field. We have added in more field vehicles, we are frequent in the field, and such that we are able to arrest the culprit. The other third thing is the publicity of the non-compliant station in the media has refrained those retail stations from adulterating their product, because that public shame, name and shame, cause the rejection of those stations from dealers not to buy fuel from there. So those three major factors have helped us to reduce the quality.
We'll be right back. Do stay with us. There is still so much more to come here on Business Forum.